We've been talking about it, and obviously you guys are very interested in it as well. It's the story of the week. Even in a week when LSU won a national championship and Joe Burrow broke all types of records for him. And we got the big football games coming up this weekend.
The conference
championships. Right now, it's about baseball. And the news, of course, is that now there are reports. Started with a tweet from a woman who claims to be Carlos Beltran's niece, saying that Jose Altuve, Alex Bregman, and some other Astros players wore a buzzer underneath their uniforms that alerted them to what type of pitch was coming. Obviously, this is huge news. Now, the Beltran family has denied that this woman is related to the family, but in the past, she's broken news
or whoever
about
has
Beltran that was right. Yeah, there's been some speculation that it's a burner account for a player in the know or someone else in the know. That may very well be true. But whatever the case, now we're talking about something that, as bad, Rob, as the other allegations, and not just allegations, they've been proven to be true, that the Astros and the Astros used video cameras and so on and so forth, and then banged on garbage cans to steal signs and let their player, the batter, know what.
And now there's
coming.
Plenty of video coming out where you could actually hear it now. It ain't even like it's some made up story. You hear it.
That sounds prehistoric compared to wearing a buzzer on your uniform. And the question I want to throw at you, Rob, do you think baseball knew? Not knew during the World Series. But remember, the players were given immunity during the investigation. So they would not be punished if they told us and shared all the truth with the investigators. And that is one reason why only Carlos Beltran, who's no longer a player, was a player at the time with the Astros.
That's why
now
his name
was the manager of the New York Mets, just mutually agreed to step down with the team today. He was named because he's no longer a player. No other players were named. Do you think that maybe some player or many of the players told them about the buzzers and MLB didn't include it in their report? What do you think?
I don't believe that. I do believe that the one thing, Chris, you could try to fudge a lot of things and hide stuff, but when you mess with the integrity of the game, you can have a chance of losing everything that has been built up. When people don't believe what they're watching is real, you don't have a game. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think that's why when people say, why is baseball so hard on Pete Rose? Because they know the implications of gambling. If you start gambling on it, if I'm striking out because, Chris, they want me to strike out with the bases loaded, or you know what I mean, or miss a ground ball, or miss a big fly ball in the ninth inning. If you start doing that,
that makes sense.
Then you mess with the integrity, and people don't want to be like, I'm not paying to go see Major League Baseball. It's fixed. Did you see him miss that ground ball with the bases loaded in the game on the line?
Right.
He must have got paid off. Well, you know what I mean? But that's why.
Hear you.
That's why I think there's an integrity thing that they're really strict on. That's why they're going after. That's why we saw 3 major league managers lose their job, Chris, in 3 days since Monday. 4 days, right? 3.
I hear you, and what you said makes perfect sense and may very well be true. And to be honest, I hope that's the truth. But I think look at the report. Look at the steroid, the PED situation. And it's not just baseball, but you can look at any sport, football and basketball as well. What did the investigation really tell us that wasn't already out there? It may have fleshed a few things out a little more.
Well, I think they have to do it from a legal standpoint.
But they didn't,
I get what you're saying.
These stories came out because reporters broke stories.
Well, that's usually how it is.
You cannot, I tell you this, integrity and all that, you cannot tell me Major League Baseball did not know about steroids in the 90s. I've seen quotes from executives in Major League Baseball when we talked about McGuire and Sosa saying it was 98. Who knew about who knew about all this stuff? Man, come on.
I told you this before.
Steroids.
Lalo Zato, go read his Wikipedia page. He said, I started using steroids, Chris, in 1969. Steroids weren't new.
No, I played high
new.
School football in the 80s, and I never took steroids. No, but there were guys that did. And some of them weren't football players. Some of them just wanted to bulk up and look good.
Like Lou Ferrigno.
Yeah,
remember that? The Hulk or whatever, right?
So in Iowa and Ohio, high school kids taking steroids. I knew about. You can't tell me in professional baseball they did not know about steroids.
And don't forget.
And I get it. It's a business.
Right.
They probably love the balls flying out of the park, especially coming off the strike.
Right. No, that Sammy Sosa and Mark McGuire saved baseball.
Yes.
There's no doubt about it.
Look,
no doubt.
If in the NBA, if the league knew that some of their great players were taking performance-enhancing drugs, HGH, whatever, I could see them. I think they would hide it.
They would try to hide it as much as
think they would try to hide it.
They have suspended a couple players.
Yeah, but they suspend the
also
players who are
rounds.
okay. Right.
I know that. I get it.
To show you, we're serious about it. And I'm not accusing any of the leagues. I'm just speculating. Same thing with football. And they have come down on some guys with PEDs. But if you know something is going down, they destroyed the tapes.
Right.
For the Patriots.
Why?
It may have been way worse than we know.
And why? If you ask yourself, Chris,
why
destroy them so that nobody could see them?
Right.
If it was no big deal, there wouldn't have been a fine, and you wouldn't have destroyed them. To me, if I was Bill Belichick and it wasn't that bad, I would be like, you're making it worse for me. Right. I want you to show what we had on here so people can, for themselves, look at it.
Right.
Right? Why would it be destroyed and now it's up for us to imagine what it was, and you only destroy something, Chris, when it's bad, right?
No question. And that's the point I'm making, Rob, is that these leagues make billions of dollars. The last thing they want to do is have anything stop the money train, stop the gravy train, kill the golden goose.
No, you're right.
And again, to your point, most of these stories that come out, when we find out about cheating or some other scandal, it is from reporters breaking the news. It's the leagues being forced to deal with it. And so, I'm not going to accuse MLB because I don't know. But I do wonder, did some Astros players tell them the whole deal?
All I know is now, this is the scary part for baseball. Once you start seeing these clips, Chris, there are people currently going over their Altuve clips, watching the highlights,
and
looking for any indication.
Seen on Twitter is damning.
Right, we've already seen it. And we just saw 2 clips.
Right.
Right?
These are just, I guess, random fans. But
so what I'm saying is that right now.
That's why baseball, you did a thorough investigation. You didn't see any of this, but some random cat sitting down in Indiana was able to see this. Altuve at the home plate,
saying, don't rip off my jersey.
Come on.
Right now, there are reporters right now at the Houston Chronicle going over tapes. Right now, Chris, you know that, right?
Yep.
Going over everything to try to find more evidence or whatever. They are going to go through everything. So baseball can't play around because if they're able to pull more clips and show you, like, look at the bulge here. What is that? You know what I mean? And start looking closely.
Right. Because you know what else can come out? The fact that baseball knew could come out.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And then you got a problem with the commissioner.
Then you got a real problem.
You got a real problem. So this is serious stuff. It's why people are interested in it. Because we haven't seen this.
No, this is.
Am I right? We haven't seen this.
This is the equivalent. Rob G, during the break we were talking about it. I can't even think of a basketball equivalent. I guess it would be if at halftime in the locker room, if we had cameras that were showing us on video what you guys were talking about in the other locker room, or in football, if the linebackers, you're hearing stuff in your helmet. If that is, we're hearing your play calls.
Right.
In the helmet. Like, that's what we're talking about.
That's what it would be like, right.
That's what we're talking about.
Like the Patriots had other teams' signals But it ain't.
No, they.
But it ain't like you know what's going on immediately.
Right.
Right.
No, this is huge. And even the first, the initial scandal with the garbage cans, you heard it and I heard it. Some people were kind of almost justifying, not almost, but justifying it, right? Like, hey, it's baseball. What's the difference in stealing signs on the field?
Right.
Vaseline on the cap and
trying to make it like it's not that big of a deal, or we're overblowing it. I don't believe that.
I don't think we overblew that, but I could see where people are like it's still. This is totally different.
No,
if it's true,
this would be uncharted waters,
right?
Like we haven't seen anything of this to wear a wire, Chris, because that's what I call it. Like wearing a wire under your uniform, and you're getting buzzed, so you know what pitches. I mean, that is really like I just couldn't even imagine. And then you look sometimes at some of his home runs and situations, and you go, "What?"
They were always clutch.
Am I right?
They were always clutch, at least in Houston.
Right, but the numbers aren't as great elsewhere.
Right.
If you remember that series, they beat the Yankees. They won the first 2 games, went to New York, struggled big time the whole 3-game series, lost all 3, Chris, went back to Houston, and then won those 2 games. That was not last year, the year before, 17.
Look, I get the competitiveness. And again, I get if I'm clever enough at second base and I can decipher the catcher's signs and signals,
nobody's going to say anything to you.
That.
Right.
But this level of cheating, I got to be honest, I don't know how good I'd even feel when it's that level of cheating.
But look,
there's money on the line, there's championships, there's fame. I get it.
There's big money,
but that's
Chris,
like,
big money.
Inside, everybody's celebrating you, and inside it's fraudulent.
But you already know a lot of people live with that every day who are frauds, and they project one image, Chris.
Right. That's
you
true.
know that, right?
That's very
Father
true.
of the year. Oh, take my kids to church every Sunday.
Right.
Seriously, and Monday through Friday,
a lot of
they
people
raising
live
hell.
hypocritical lives.
Raising hell.
Right. Nah, that's fair. We see that all the time.
All the time.
In politics and that. Nah, that's a good point.
Yep.
That's a good point. All right, your turn to weigh in. Deep topic, 877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. Do you think Major League Baseball knew the extent to which the Astros players were rumored to be cheating? Do you think a player in the investigation told them,
Drop time.
We had buzzers underneath our jersey. They had immunity, and none of them were named in the report. Your turn to weigh in. Let's start with Kevin in North Carolina. Kevin, you're on with Chris and Rob.
Hey, guys, thanks for taking the call. 2 quick comments. Number one, Chris, I agree with you. I believe, especially with that kind of money that's made, even during the steroid era, I think the commissioner probably knew more than he was willing to say, but it's hard to stop the money train.
Right.
When everybody was getting behind Sosa and McGuire and wrapped up in that race, I do believe that's possible that the Astros players let the league know, and the league doesn't want to vacate or rescind the championship.
Kevin, I can't believe that Major League Baseball, if they're wearing wires and all that other stuff, that you think you could keep that a secret. I don't even know how the Astros honestly think they could keep that a secret when people are constantly watching video. I'm telling you, more is going to come out as you watch closer now. The same way, Kev, you now hear when they do the
Major
videos.
League Baseball say, hey, we did a deeper investigation.
Rob,
they did this thorough investigation.
Go ahead,
supposedly.
Kevin.
Rob, can I say one more thing?
Sure.
Just this is for you on a lighter note. Do you, on that cruise, have you a fanny pack? Make sure you got some Epsom salt and some Bengay in it. You're going to be good, bro. You're going to be good.
That's right. Wait till you can see the pictures and I do the live calls.
I do not want to see any pictures.
Yes.
Believe you me.
Ryan in San Diego, you're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio.
What's going on, guys? How y'all doing?
We're doing
man.
great.
How are you?
I'm all right. I listen to the show every day, but I just want to say, like your previous caller said, even if baseball didn't know or they did know, they weren't going to do anything unless they had to because they want to ride the wave of that popularity. But it still shouldn't matter how it came to light. It was wrong, and they should be held accountable. And if that means stripping them of that title, Take it away from them.
Hey, Brian, let me ask you, do you look at Altuve, and obviously nothing's been proven, this is all alleged, but do you look at him a little different? Because he was like a man, amongst boys, even at his small size. Go ahead.
I look at the whole team differently because they rode the wave of that popularity for a franchise that hadn't done much of anything in how many years? Just like they did with the Cubs.
They had never won. They never won.
Right.
They had never won before.
Exactly. So you know they're going to ride that popularity, that whole narrative. They're going to push that there's a team of destiny and everything, and they're not going to do anything about it because look how much popularity they gained off that series.
No,
I got you.
Real.
Thanks,
That's
Ryan.
real.
Appreciate the call.
Let's go to Greg in Denver. Greg, you're on with the Odd Couple.
Yeah, I just want to say, I don't think Major League knew of it, but I don't think they wanted to. I'm sure they got tons of reports. This is both for the steroids and what's going on now.
Mm-hmm.
They got tons of reports, and they didn't do their due diligence in looking into it because they didn't want to. It's like the Fat Cats just sat there and made money, and they didn't want to work. So they probably get irritated when somebody reports something that they actually have to go and do their work on. They're not going to do it. Plus, bad publicity is good publicity, so it's making them money.
Thanks, Greg. Hey, you know what? This might the thing.
You
I want
wonder
to bring
how
this up.
thorough could the investigation have
But then
been
you have people
if you
like
didn't find
Jessica
this out?
Mendoza, and her.
We'll get to that.
But her take is something, right?
Yeah,
like
we're going
part
to
of
get to
that.
her take.
All right, we'll do that.
Let's go to Safi.
Safe.
I like Safi, but Safe is cool
Safe is
too.
good.
Safe in Los Angeles. What's happening, man?
Yo,
What's up?
What's up?
man, this story gets worse and worse for the Dodger fan every day.
Yes.
No,
I mean,
you're right. But you don't. Hold on. You don't want those championships.
Altuve now.
You don't want the championships, do you?
You just mad, right?
No, yeah. I mean, we're not going to take that as Dodger fans. I'm hoping good karma, we win this year. But, I agree with both of you to an extent because I think they did know, but it was a head in the sand type thing. I don't think it was a Watergate type thing where, like, oh, they're destroying files for the Astros and stuff. I just think MLB dropped the ball, man. They heard rumblings and they didn't investigate enough.
And you know what?
Yeah,
You're right
nothing was
about
out
that.
there. That makes sense. Maybe they heard.
You're right because even the Yankees complained during the playoffs.
Right.
This goes
and
back.
Trevor Bauer tweeted that he had heard the same thing about the buzzers.
Really?
Yes. What was his exact? You got his exact tweet, Rob G?
Okay,
But
Rob G's going to get it.
He said that he heard the exact same thing.
That there was
about
something
players
going
wearing
on.
Buzzers.
Fernando in Vegas, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Fernando?
Fernando,
I love you guys.
Thank you.
brother. Thank you.
Hey, I'm a die-hard Dodger fan, so of course I'm going to be pissed off about everything that I'm hearing. I do remember the home run with Bregman, him saying, don't take off my jersey. I remember that big time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
that's the one that's so telling.
That would be the last thing on your mind.
You
if
just
you're
hit a
not,
big home
if
run.
You're clean, right?
Right.
Don't take off my jersey. What?
Exactly. But one question I do have is I do think players should be suspended also because I couldn't be comfortable as a player going through all this. But my question is if they get suspended or, whether it's live for a year or two, you think they should return the rings also?
Well, I think they should vacate the title personally. I don't know if
I'm still
MLB
not
will
in
do
that camp. I know it's bad.
With this,
even
Rob?
with this, it's hard for me to say. I
this
know
is-
it's unprecedented territory.
Right.
Though. That's
It's
never been done in professional sports. So, Chris, I just have an issue with that. I understand college have done it. I know the Olympics have taken away medals and all that. Pro sport it just hasn't happened.
Think about Ben Johnson,
Right.
Who had broken I think he broke the world record, if
Right.
I'm not mistaken, in 100
And they
meter
found
dash,
out that he used
and they took it
steroids
away
or something.
And
Right.
now nobody thinks of him as the champ. Now we remember him running, 9.8 or whatever it was at that time, but still. We've got the quote, Trevor Bauer's tweet. What exactly is the tweet,
The
Rob?
exact quote is, I've heard this from multiple parties too, referencing the buzzers, for what it's worth.
Wow.
There it is. So you can't tell me MLB didn't at least hear rumblings.
But I bet
and then, like the caller said, they probably,
But a lot of players don't want to be the quote unquote rat.
Right. And look, it's not out. The media hadn't reported this. Let's let it go.
Right.
Let it go. All right. Kevin, you're in Culver City, California. Welcome to the Odd Couple.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's
up?
I want to put a little comedy to this. And just give me some time. I'm going to weigh in. But is this like Casino? Do we need Robert De Niro in here, showing them the secret room, with the ledger? I mean, come on. First of all, MLB had to know about this. This was very bad for baseball. And this was, if they had buzzers in a World Series, I mean, this could really just basically disqualify the whole game. So it was the whole integrity. So they probably thought they could sweep it under the rug, and it came out. And the way Manfred was so coy and angry with nobody saying a word about it, this screams of dictatorship. And, players aren't taking it. We're Dodger fans. We're not going to take that lying down. And if they really cheated like this and they try to overthrow the game, they should definitely take the World Series away. Just say, hey, there wasn't a champion that year.
Right.
The Dodgers were the NL champions, and that was it. Because it doesn't go against what baseball is. Baseball fans can't feel good about the sport that they did this and got away with it. And look at Trevor Bauer's ERA in that series against the Astros. Look at Yu Darvish's ERA.
Yes, all those. Yep.
You tell me there wasn't a problem with what the Astros were doing. They changed the whole game. I've never seen this in sports. We've had steroid scandals. We've never had anything like this where they basically overthrew a World Series. It was fixed. The Astros fixed the World Series for them to win.
Love
Kevin,
your
man.
passion,
Great
dude.
call.
And you can tell he's a baseball
That's
fan.
a good call.
And he's right, though. I mean, from the standpoint of what they did, and we've seen all the numbers. We saw Kershaw's numbers in Houston. We saw how Altuve, and it's hard to look at that stuff and act like nothing happened, right?
When he said a phrase, they use buzzers in the World Series, that really hit me like at the gravity of this. And what you said, it hit me like, what you said is right. That's lifetime ban worthy.
That's what I told. Didn't I say
That's
that?
lifetime ban
Lifetime.
worthy. They banned Shoeless Joe Jackson.
Right.
That's lifetime
for taking money.
ban
Right.
worthy.
Lifetime
Look
ban.
at what they've done. Again, we know how bad it was. Look at what they've done to Pete Rose.
Absolutely. The all-time hit king, who was everybody fan favorite.
Yes.
People, you millennials don't know.
No,
Pete
you don't
Rose was
understand.
a stud baseball player.
Pete Rose, he was like who? Steph Curry.
Yes, he
in
was
the
that.
NBA,
Yep.
that type of. That's what we're talking about.
He was a showman. He was,
that level
right.
of superstardom.
Yes, no doubt.
What's happening, y'all? It's Chris Broussard,
I'm Rob Parker,
and we are
The Odd Couple. Check us out as often as you can on YouTube.
And always remember, I'm Oscar, and he's Felix.
Oh man, are you serious?